Opportunity doesn't knock. Listen up. We got to stop lying to ourselves and making ourselves think that opportunity just knocks. So, like, you just at the crib and it just knock at the door. Hey, I'm opportunity. Is Mr. Jermaine home? Look, opportunity is not a door-to-door salesman. I know you think that you just gonna be chilling on the couch doing nothing and all these great things gonna happen. Why? Because you talented? Like, oh my goodness. Let me tell you something. I honestly believe that the worst thing that happens to some people is that they're talented. Like, there's a lot of people who literally are walking around, and because they're so talented, they don't have to try that hard. So it's like, oh, I can give it 50% and do just as good as the people giving 100%. So therefore, look, I'm going to do the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so talented, opportunities just going to come my way. I think that is a horrible mindset. Let's look in scripture though. Proverbs 10:5. Look, check this out. It says, he who gathers in summer is a prudent son, but he who sleeps in harvest is a son who brings shame. That's in the ESV. You know what? Some people like, man, I don't know what the ESV is. Let's go to another verse. Let's go to NIV. You know, is that cool? I don't know. You know, everybody got the versions they like and don't like. I'm just trying to give you a little different perspective. You know what I'm saying? So let's check this out. We're going to read everything except the Message Bible. I ain't reading the Message. I'm sorry. Judge me if you want to. Proverbs 10:5 in the NIV. He who gathers crops in summer is a prudent son, but he who sleeps during harvest is a disgraceful son. Okay, that basically said the same thing the exact same way. It's because I was thinking NLT and I said NIV, but let's keep it moving. Now let's put this in perspective. Let's just be real quick. It's a lot of us that think summertime is for fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, we thinking it's time. Oh, it's summertime. I'm about to throw on this and I'm about to do this and go there. And people, summertime comes, people just be wilding out. And what I want to try to do is just pause for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And think about this. While everyone else is wilding out, you could be getting ahead because we only have so much time on this earth, right? Like, we don't have unlimited time. And I think that we should be motivated to work hard because we understand that God only gave us so much time. Here's something I understand about time. It don't matter if a person die at 70 years old. It don't matter if their time is at 90 years old or 100 years old. I've been to funerals for all different ages, unfortunately. And one thing I notice is like completely the same across the board is no matter if it's a baby or a great grandma, everybody, it's going to be at least a couple family members there. And I'm not, let me say this, right? Because I know I get silly and I'm not going to get silly on this. You know what I'm saying? Because that's serious, right? What I want you to understand is what I've heard at each one is there was somebody there that was like, why did they have to go now? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, look, one of the funerals I was at, I sat back and I was like, wow, this person is elderly and yet, and again, this isn't out of criticism. This is pure observation and making me think about my own life in this way. It doesn't matter if I live to be 90 years old, whether it be, I wasn't ready to go or whether it be people in my family. There's always going to be somebody that felt like if I could just have one more moment with that person. My grandmother passed away. I believe she was in her 70s. I want to say she was around 75, right? My grandmother was super dope. Like, that was my girl. She was going to hook me up. Let me tell you something. She might tell y'all she broke, okay? Miss Anna Gile wasn't all the way broke, and her grandson, you know what I'm saying? Like, he knew. Like, you could be trying to borrow money from her. You an adult, right? I ain't gonna put nobody on the spot. You like, hey, can I borrow $10? Grandma like, oh, I'm sorry, I ain't got it. Soon as y'all walk out the door, she turned over to me like, come on over here, baby. Here, take these $2. And I'm like, you know what, Grandma, you all right with me. She gonna take care of her boy. And you know what? When it was Grandma's time, God rest her soul. And by all means, I'm not saying 75 is enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Let's go longer, you know? So, but what I'm saying is when she went, it's still to this day when I think about her, it's like, if I just had one more moment. What is my point? That motivates me. Thinking about my grandmother motivates me because I love her and I miss her. And it makes me think like she never saw me become who I am today. Like she never saw this version of me, bro. When she passed, I was a teenager. I think I was 18. I wasn't even grown yet. And she loved me, and I know she saw potential in me, but I would like, it's parts of me that's like, oh man, if grandma could have just saw that like I actually got my act together and I actually became something. Like I'm actually successful, grandma. Like, you know, like I wasn't ready for her to go. And so what the Lord allowed me to see is to work in my loved one's honor. So I do things like this show, and I'm trying so hard in my life to get the things, to tie the loose ends, get the things that I wasn't good at, get better, work hard. Like, I don't care how talented I am. I need to work harder than my talent because my grandma believed in me. And look, taking it further because my mother, my father, my parents, like the people alive believe in me. What's the point that I'm making? This life is too precious to walk around thinking that opportunity knocks, because there's a certain level of arrogance that comes with the fact that you think things are just going to happen to you. Like, you don't have to work hard. You don't have to get up. Listen, the reason I can't walk around with that mentality is because, number one, like, why? So I can party this summer? Look, man, I'm just of the belief, like, at some point, right? Like, and I wish, look, we got to stop telling people, oh yeah, they young, so they gonna do that. Man, Josiah was a king in the Bible at 8 years old. Like, we have to stop telling people that they're young so they can waste time. Because guess what? Too many young people die. Time. We don't have all the time in the world. Every single day means something. I'm not saying don't rest. I believe in rest. I do. I believe in rest because I believe even in resting, we can honor God. Because you could be out here working and grinding and hustling and doing all that and trying to get somewhere that God didn't even tell you to go. And you might not even hear his voice until you rest. But you know what I am saying? I'm saying that I'm not, going to be the disgraceful son that sleeps during the harvest. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be that son that put his hands to work. Like, I'm going to be that husband that works, that father that works, like that brother that works. And what I'm telling you is like this. We got to shift our mind to understand that working is a gift. It's not a punishment. Working is in this world. Okay, I'm going to say this. It's something I have learned in all my readings about different business stories and things. I noticed that a lot of successful business owners, even of let's think of like a company like Forever 21. I'm going to talk about Forever 21 on the show. Maybe the next show I'll talk about that. But these business owners a lot of times are immigrants. And when I read their story, I'm like, what drove this person? And what I start seeing sometimes is that it's because in the country they came from, there was no opportunity. Opportunity didn't even exist. And then we live in the land of opportunity. Some of us, you know what I'm saying? And I know, again, we got listeners right now in 23 countries, praise God. That's a huge blessing to me. Like, it's people in 23 countries listening to this show. And so I don't want to assume that everyone lives the same lifestyle. I don't want to disrespect whatever your situation is, okay? So I respect you. I understand that you may be in a situation that I've never experienced, okay? But what I am saying is that I know a lot of people, even in the midst of all those countries that listen, the US is still, the base of listeners. That's where most of my listeners are, at least today. And I know that the US is the land of opportunity. It means that I can get up and I can start a business. I'm free to do that. And yet I realize so many times that in the land of opportunity, people lack motivation. Why? Because opportunity is around them so much. It's so common to them that they think it owes them something. Meanwhile, you get people that lived in a country where they never seen opportunity, never smelled opportunity. And they get over here and they work like crazy because they like, look, over there, I couldn't work. Over there, it was illegal for me to have a vision. It was illegal for me to have a purpose. Like, you mean to tell me I live next door to opportunity? Look, I'm not going to wait on opportunity to knock. I'm getting up and I'm knocking on your door. What up, opportunity? What up, though? How you feeling today? Excuse me, Miss Opportunity. Can little opportunity come outside and play today? We got to get motivated. We got to stop waiting for stuff to happen and learn how to make stuff happen. And stop thinking and lying to yourself and saying and calling your laziness faith. Oh, I'm just waiting on God. God gonna do it. Listen, bro, you on the couch on your phone talking about you waiting on God. You ain't waiting on God. You liking ungodly pictures. That's what you're doing. So what's my point? I'm talking about opportunity don't knock. You got time. You got your grandparents that I miss and all this stuff. What you mean, Jermaine? Listen, the moment you are born, time is winding down. And at the end of the day, there are people who came before you who sacrificed so that you could have the opportunity just to try, and they didn't even have the opportunities that you have today. The fact of the matter is my parents didn't even have the opportunities that I have. We got social media and all this stuff. We could use this stuff in a positive light.